Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Najai Inani Abdul Jalil from School of Law UUM. Today I will be presenting a topic known as tenancy law in Malaysia in need of reform. So, as of now, the regulation of tenancy in Malaysia needs a new reform because the existing law is based on the common law, the equity legislation, and the court decision. There is no specific law to govern the sector within the tenancy. For example, in case of agricultural, in terms of residential or commercial tenancy. Therefore, we believe that the existing law inadequately address modern tenancy issue, uh, and then it is unable to respond to any emerging issues, for example, in terms of the new problems presented under each sector. Therefore, we also suggested for the sophisticated regulation because it is essential to balance the market pressure. So the current legal framework and its limitation. So the existing legal framework is fragmented and lacks speciality. In this situation, we are governed by National Land Code, Contract Law Act, and then Specific Relief Act, Distress Act. So all these are based on various scattered acts to govern the tenancy. And so there is no dedicated legislation for landlord-tenant relationship. So due to this general application, so regardless whether we have residential, commercial or agricultural tenancy, then we will go and refer to the National Land Code, the various act that we have. So here, in this case, we also have a problem whereby a tenancy can be established orally or in writing. In this situation, the issue will arise if there is a dispute between landlord and tenant in proving their tenancy or in claiming their rights during the tenancy or after the tenancy. So okay, so here we came up with these issues. So tenancy law applied across all sectors without personalized legislation. So the sectors identified here is agricultural, residential, and also commercial tenancy. Generalized legal approach relies on broad statutory instrument. In this situation, we refer to requirement under the NLC. For example, there is no need, there is a freedom to choose whether to do it, whether to execute the tenancy orally or in writing. And then they also give the requirement of uh, uh, endorsement of the tenancy. Okay, so it also lists generally on the implied on express condition of the tenancy. Therefore, due to this situation, not only it is focused on, there is no focus on one dedicated legislation, but right now the stakeholders encounter challenges in obtaining equitable legal protection in the case of dispute. Okay, so absent of specific tenancy law prompt call for legislative reform due to the legal fragmentation, which result in adequate protection of right and obligation between the landlord and tenant and also the stakeholder. So we are proposing for a comprehensive legislation. So there must be a dedicated tenancy act proposed to address issue. So this new law would be able to enhance the right and obligation of the landlord and also tenant. We also would like to propose for the focus on the security deposit, because most of the time there will be a dispute between landlord and also tenant on the amount of the security deposit that should be refunded at the expiry of the tenancy. And then due to this dispute, sometimes the tenant cannot go and approach another new tenancy which require a security deposit, because the dispute with the previous landlord has not yet been settled. And then we also focusing on the dispute resolution, because currently for dispute resolution there is no dedicated specialized tribunal in order to resolve this matter. And then we also there is also a regulation on short-term rental. So we are proposing for the standardized tenancy agreement to promote efficiency and also balance negotiation between landlord and also tenant. So for agricultural tenancy, it is governed by the National Land Code and also Contract Act. The existing law proved inadequate for modern agricultural practices. Therefore, we propose for Act to define what is a permitted agricultural tenancy, and from the Act, it is hoped that it will also mandate for sustainable farming practices and compliance with environmental regulation. So it will also be able to address the issue of water pollution and also land management. For residential tenancy, currently, still it is governed by the Contract Act, National Land Code, Distress Act, and also Specific Relief Act. Uh, it is proposed for the new act to have a standardized and to enhance legal framework for landlord, tenant, and also the stakeholder. We would like to promote for the use of standardized tenancy agreement, which will help to provide clarity for landlord and also tenant. And then we propose for the management of the security deposit and alternative dispute resolution. And uh, we also, for the dispute resolution, we are propose, because the existing procedure is now the parties must resolve their dispute through negotiation or through the settlement in court. So there is absence of specific legislation for residential tenancy dispute, similarly to other tenancies, for other tenancy as well. And then legal rights are protected by tenancy agreement provision. So we are relying on the provision provided under the tenancy agreement. And then our existing framework also prohibits the landlord from self-help measure, and court order are required for eviction and also order of possession. So this will incur costs to both parties in order to claim for rent arrears, in order to claim for vacant possession of the property. And then for commercial tenancy, it is quite differ from residential or agricultural lease. So need for contractual flexibility and well-structured framework. We are proposing to have a specific provision on the maintenance and repair provision, force majeure, and also termination of agreement. Uh, this act is needed in order to promote efficiency and stability of the our commercial businesses. So in conclusion, so current legal framework lack clarity and also specialization, because we apply general application of tenancy to various sector. It also have a prolonged dispute and legal uncertainty and procedural inefficiency. Therefore, we recommend for a separate legal framework for different tenancy, different sector will have a specific uh, act or legislation, and then this structured and sector specific approach, it is to better uh, protect the right of landlord, tenant, and also all the stakeholder, and also it will align the national legal infrastructure with international best practices. So that will be all from me. Thank you.